What is up, everybody? Artistic Freedom episode, who knows at this point? It's almost 100. That's what I do know. What is it, 85, 86, 87? I should probably know this, huh? Actually, I guess if I go back to the intro, episode 85. I had to go and double check just to make sure so I wasn't right.
You get in my face with that, I'll beat your goddamn ass.
All right, as always, you guys got to let me know if this is coming in hot. Are we sounding good? Are we looking good? It's a lot of red tonight. I totally get that. So someone's going to mention it. Feeling festive. I'm feeling festive. I don't know what red represents, but I'm feeling festive. Looks like we got quite a few people already on here waiting for me. So thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for being patient, patiently waiting, patiently just patient, I guess. So episode, here we go. Artistic Freedom. That's right. I keep clicking the button. I'm sorry. I apologize. I've had too much to drink. Too much of my new gift. Not going to tell you what's in it. You could probably guess. But check this bad boy out. Isn't this cool? Isn't this gifts? Just gifts are cool. Anyway, it looks like a little bomb, like a little. I think it's like a gas bomb or whatever, military. Some old veteran dude bought it for me, and I'm going to use it tonight for that very reason. We're not going to be drinking any alcohol. We're staying sober. It's a Wednesday. It's a hump day. And it's a Q&A. So you guys ask questions and I'm going to answer them. You're going to get in the comment sections. We're going to get spicy. So what is up, everybody? Thanks for being here. It looks like we got Brody Jade on. Of course you do. Of course you got Brody Jade on.
Have you ever had a dream that
we also got Audra. What's up, Audra? She's saying, can't wait for today's topics. She's also saying,
fucking hell yeah.
There we go. Christy, thanks for the flags. As always, you know, I love to see them. Looks like we got Mike on here. What's up, Mike? He says, driving back from LA, raining here north of Tulare. That's good. It's raining here too. At least it was pretty wet when I went outside last. What's up, Dambra? Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Looks like we got a confirmation that everything looks and sounds good. Okay. Thanks, Audra. Thanks for that. Pull Some Heat's on here. What's up, Pull Some Heat? I have no idea who you're at. And he's saying, yes, you're Pepsi drunk. I'm not going to say what it is that's in here, but tonight's alcohol-free. I know it's boring. No cigar, no alcohol. Wearing all red. Who knows what's up? Maybe it's for the hot topics. The hot topics for tonight. I actually wanted a theme tonight, and I didn't. I'm going to start doing this very soon. I'll probably just do it next time. I wanted to do it today, and I didn't get to it. But eventually, I'd like, instead of these just to be Q&A, I'd like it to be like Q&A / maybe like sort of a Q&A based off a certain topic. So yeah, that hopefully is coming soon. It'll take a little bit of preparation for me to get all that done, but it'll happen. We'll do it. It'll be cool. Damn, quit guessing. And yes, the gift is cool. It's really awesome. So everybody watching, everybody that's going to be on here tonight, thanks for joining me. We're going to get right into the questions. Tonight, I will warn you, is going to be a short night. I do have other engagements. This has been a really long day, and it'll be a really long week too. Matter of fact, speaking of a long week, it's going to be a long month for me. I have like a few days off, I think, here and there. But that being said, we have some things coming up for you guys you should know about. I think some of you have heard about, you know what? I'm going to show you some stuff for the first time here right now. Let me go ahead and send this to me on computer. And then I will show you guys for the first time here a couple of exciting things that will be available soon. Let me get these ready. We'll airdrop them and show you now for the first time. Let's see here. So next month, we have the wine night. So if you guys want to get small tattoos, we don't usually do those in the shop. There we go. I'm going to get some pictures up here. We don't usually do a lot of small tattoos in the shop. I definitely don't. People ask for them a lot, but it's just not something I do. I do more big pieces, more, portraits and sleeves and back murals and bigger projects. So I usually don't have any time, honestly, for small tattoos. And this will give everybody an opportunity. So I'm pulling up some of these pictures of something really quick that was made for me for the wine night that's coming up. So wine night will be next month, and that will be on the 2nd. So you guys, if you haven't joined our newsletter, well, that's too bad for you. You should join our newsletter. You should go to our website and jump on there. If you're already on there, what you should do is go and make sure it doesn't go to your spam and check it out. so that you guys can get updated on this information. So February 2nd, we're going to be starting this in the evening. It's going to be wine and small tattoo night. So good opportunity for people to be there, whether it's the Artistic Freedom family or whoever wants to come, whoever wants to show up, hang out, have some wine, and get tattooed. And also, let me go ahead and share this with you guys. Hopefully this works really well. Let me rearrange that. As well as picking up one of these bad boys. So we have 20 of these available, and these are going to be the wine night specials. So check these bad boys out. Let me move that around. So this is the, I guess it's like it's a tumbler. I've never used one, but it sounds awesome. Probably should get some for my whiskey. So when I'm camping, I can use one of these cups. So this right here is for the wine night. So you guys should show up for that. I mean, it makes sense, right? Duh. You should be there. Wine night. Come get your cup. I know. Like, how rad is it to have your own cup with, like, I don't know. I just think that's awesome. These ones actually came out really good. So thank you, Tanina and Kevin, for making these. These are, like, I don't know. It's just super awesome to see. I have some whiskey glasses they just made me and a decanter, which is, like, super cool. So now I got some wine stuff for y'all. So this is for you folks going to the wine night to get your small tattoos. I think most of the people in the shop, the artists, including a guest artist, will also be there. So it'll just be a fun night, hanging out, doing small, easy stuff. Nothing super stressful for me, at least. And a good time for everybody to get together, meet, hang out, just do that stuff. Danbury says, I love the glass cup better. Good, because we have quite a few of them. Okay, let's see here. And by the way, you guys, girls, if you're on here and you're not saying hello, if you're on here and you're not giving us a thumbs up, and you're just lurking in the background, shame on you. So let's get those thumbs up and let us know who you are, what's up, where you guys calling from, where you're watching from, long-time listeners, no-time callers. Lenore's on here. What's up, Lenore? Thanks for acknowledging me, I guess. Natalie, what's up? Thanks for being on here with us tonight. It's going to be a quick night. It's going to be probably somewhere around an hour. So let's make the best of it. We'll get to all the questions, and we will do some rocking and rolling. So I just wanted to tease you guys with the tumblers so that you know on wine night, those will be available. So you should check it out. And after that, we're also doing a paint night. We're going to be setting up a paint night for next month. So if you guys want more information about that, you can ask. But you should also just join our newsletter because that's where you're going to get the information. Tickets for the paint night will be available online right away. So we're going to get that set up very soon, and then we'll give you guys more information here. But again, it's all going to be available online. So there you go. Lenore. I think that's the most flags somebody sent me so far. That's pretty cool. Might have to screenshot that later. Okay, so let's get to the first question. As you guys know that you can get in the comment section and ask me anything. The point of these episodes is exactly that it's fun for me to hear from you and you guys to basically just be able to ask me whatever you want, any topic, anything. Yeah, tonight I was actually hoping, well, I wanted to, I just didn't set it up that way because, well, timing is starting to have the topics like I was saying earlier, but it'd be really cool to have topics like, the thing that I was thinking about tonight is starting off with things that have helped me along the way. Like, so the question I guess would be, the topic would be, things that have helped you, become successful in your life, whatever those things are. I just think that topic would be kind of cool because everybody's got different experiences, and it would lead us to probably some very interesting conversations. If you guys have ever joined us for our Dr. Phil moments on here, you would know. Okay. Danbury is saying, and jump on YouTube comments because it's better than Facebook. You're absolutely right. If anybody's watching from Facebook, let's see. I'm going to scroll through. I'm going to find you. Look at that. Look at Mikey. You see that little Facebook icon? Let's get that changed and jump you over to the dark side. Get you on the YouTubies. Hope everybody's having a good night. Let's get to these comments, and feel free to get in the comment section. If you're watching this, that's what you should do. Keep this spicy and let the world know that this episode is awesome. You guys love me. Show me some love. Let's do that. I see a couple thumbs up, but not enough. So send those thumbs up, and we'll get to the questions now. Actually, it looks like they're not going to be questions. Some will be statements. We're used to this. It's okay. But we're also going to get apparently to some jokes. Those sound kind of a little bit like dad jokes, and well, who doesn't love those? Okay, let's get to the next one. Well, the first question that I see on here is asking favorite thing about yourself. Well, I don't know if I can answer that. It's an interesting question. Favorite thing about yourself? My favorite thing about myself is that I'm alive. That's my favorite thing. And I think that's pretty fucking cool. And I appreciate it. My favorite thing about myself, that's that I'm alive. But we have a dad joke. So it says, what do you call a temper tantrum that a snowman throws in January? What do you call a temper tantrum that a snowman throws in January? A meltdown. That's it. I don't even know if I got the right button. Let's see here. Nope. Wrong one. There's our dad joke button right there. Okay. Christy's letting us know what she's eating and drinking. That's awesome. Hopefully, you guys are all enjoying your evening. I like when you send me the screenshots of the big screen, me on the big screen. It's a little scary, but still super cool. I've gotten anything from people in their bathtub sending me screenshots of their TV in their bathroom, watching this, to living rooms, to dinner tables, to kitchens, and all kinds of weird places. But I think it's kind of rad. So you guys know I always like that. And Lenore keeps sending me all those food images because all it does is make me hungry. Okay. What would you like to see your kids accomplish before you part this world? Interesting question, Damien is asking. What would you like to see your kids accomplish before you part this world? I don't know that I care that much. That's my first thought. What would you like to see your kids accomplish before you part this world? As long as they're doing what they want to do in this life, as long as I've given them the opportunity and the skills and the support to be able to allow them to do what it is they decide is worthy, and they're not doing just what I want them to do necessarily, as adults at least, then I think that's success, and that's all I really care about. But truthfully, I'm just right now, especially at this point in my life, really appreciative of just having kids at all and having a family and being alive. And my favorite part, like the question earlier, is favorite part about being me is that I'm me and that I'm alive. It's really cool to have this opportunity. We're all going to go to zero one day, just like we all start at zero. We're all going back to zero. So what would you like to see your kids accomplish before you part this world? I don't know. They've already accomplished so much. We're already alive. That's already the greatest gift. That's already the best. Let's say that's already the best accomplishment you can imagine, right? The fact that we're here, and the fact that our children, our family members, and our loved ones are all here. It's just so cool. Not everybody can say that for everybody that they know and love at this very moment, and that just humbles us. But I'm just really glad that I got the kids, that I got a family, that I'm here for them. They're here for me right now, because one day that won't be true, unfortunately. And a lot of us know that all too well. So what would I like to see my kids accomplish before I part this world? We've already done it, to be honest with you. So anything after this is just fucking bonus. This is all bonus. Audra says, buy stickers. Yeah, fuck. Buying stickers is cool. I don't mind that. I really didn't even realize how cool that would be to get those. Actually, it looks, let's see here, on the big screen, always. Thanks, Damien. I appreciate that. Audra is sending a super sticker, $4.99, saying lemon character holding his head in front of his mouth. I wish it didn't tell me what the emojis were. So I got to go to actually YouTube to see them, just because it's more fun for me. Let's see here. So I want to actually see what you sent. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's a funny little lemon head guy. Audra, thank you for sending the super sticker. Oh, there you go. Now you can see what it shows me on my end, that you're seeing it up on the screen. But then I'm looking on the actual comments on YouTube that you guys see, and it shows me your little lemon head guy. So thank you for that. Super, super cool. Matter of fact, how cool is it? It's really cool. There we go. Okay, let's keep going here. Super chats, so cool. I'm telling you guys, last time I've been telling it, I think every single day I've told somebody about last week's episode of you guys sending so much love my way. I was like, what the heck? This is just rad. I don't know. It really shocked me. So thank you guys for that. Almost sounded like I was going to cry right there. Audra says, I don't even know what I sent. Well, it shows up over here like a little lemon head, but that's what you sent. And you're awesome for that, so thank you. Angela's on here. What's up, Angela? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sending the flag. Definitely the coolest image we could be sending. Again, besides the thumbs up, you guys should be sending the thumbs up. Don't be shy. Send all those thumbs up. Support the chat, right? Do your thing. Do your part. Okay, be part of the community. Give back. All right. I'm just sitting here talking to myself in a dark room and nobody around. So at least give me a thumbs up for doing so. Okay. Jessica, thank you. Oh, looking good in the red. Thank you. It wasn't at all planned, if you believe it or not. I just got my warmest, coziest sweater of the day or shirt of the day. It was a little nipply outside this morning when I got up real early, and it was quite cold, quite wet, frosty. So I'm feeling cozy. Thank you, Natalie. Should have like a ho-ho button or something.
You are fake news.
Okay, let's get to the next question. And by the way, everybody that's jumping on, we got a bunch of new people. Thanks for being here. Let's get to some of the good stuff here. Well, this is another statement. You truly are inspiring. Thank you for being you and so much more. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's awesome. If we don't get any questions and just comments like that all night long, I'll be just fine with it. Okay, here's a question I actually get asked a lot. This is kind of a good one in regards to tattooing. I really like this question because I talk about this weekly, especially with my apprentices. So the question is a tattooist different from a tattoo artist? Not really. It's just a different way to say the same thing, kind of. But a lot of people do ask, like, do you have to be an artist to be a tattooer? And the word tattooer to some people is weird too, but it's a legit word. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Josh is just jumping on here. Josh, what's up? Thanks for being on here. So I'm gonna ask Josh this question. Let him answer this and put you on the spot, Josh. So, is being a tattooer different from being a tattoo artist? And I'll let you answer that first, and then I'll get to it, and we'll kind of jump back and forth on that answer, because Josh is also somebody I've worked with in the past, still a friend of mine. And if you guys have been to some of the paint nights and events, or if you ever met Santa, you would know who Josh is. So, Josh, answer that for me. Is a tattooer different from a tattoo artist? So it'll be fun to touch on that here once you give me a little bit of feedback. Lenore says, you make cozy look good. You know what? I appreciate that. And that's probably a really good time for me to mention, Lenore, since you're reminding me that Linda, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just know you are my favorite. Linda's the best. She's the best. She's absolutely the best client a man could ever ask for. Anybody could ever ask for. Christy sending a super sticker. This is awesome. We're having a lot of fun tonight, and this is just pure party time. Thank you for that. Fan character laughing out loud with tears in eyes. That's awesome. Okay, Danber's asking a question here. Danber says, do you feel it necessary to leave your kids at home? To leave your kids at home? At home. Oh, do you feel it necessary to leave your kids a home? Money, goods, etc., or do you feel like they should earn it themselves? I mean, it's cool if you can build an empire like that. That's awesome. But no, I don't feel it's necessary at all. Sometimes I think it, unfortunately, especially if they expect it. I can only imagine if growing up, I just always thought I'd get mom's house or grandpa's house or an inheritance or millions. Or growing up, I thought about that a lot, that if I had those things, would I push so hard? And I really think the answer is no. I don't think I would. Some people probably, hopefully, disagree with me there, that they think I probably still would, but I don't. Growing up, I think I would have taken the easy way out and just been like, I got to fall back. And I just don't think people become successful by being comfortable. So no, I don't think it's necessary, Damien, to leave your kids at home. I don't think it's necessary to leave them with anything besides the example you set for them, so that they can then use that to continue their lives the way they see fit. I think that's what's important, not necessarily leaving them things. But if you can, great. I don't think it's anything necessarily wrong with it. But I do think that I know some really successful people who say it all the time, that they're going to leave their kids nothing, right? And that they get none of it. And I think that's probably a good thing, right? That's what develops you, is those that I don't know what you call a work ethic, but that desire to strive for more. I think it's very important to do. Natalie's on here saying, is Jessie going to become a member of HSTC? She's doing some cool work. You are right. She's absolutely doing some really, really cool work. She's been with us just for a few weeks as a guest artist. I like her a lot so far. Everybody seems to get along with her really well. And again, if she's still around, I guess we'll wait to see. Jessie, if you're watching this, she's not feeling good right now. She's actually under the weather. Seems like everybody has been. But she's awesome, and I appreciate her. I like her work. I like her personality. She's quite a hustler, and it's really cool to be around her. She started out in the shop as basically one of Peach's clients and had been tattooing for a little while, really on her own, trying to figure it out. And then, just kind of wanted to become part of the shop. She came in, and I offered her the opportunity to work with us for a little while as a guest artist to see, how she rock and rolls. And if all goes well, it would be cool to have her on the team. So, Natalie, we will see. Lenore, you're funny. You're funny, Lenore. Look at you go. Okay. Okay, I got some weird comments coming in from Pull Some Heat. Don't know what that means. Maybe it's inside joke. Maybe I should already know it, but I'm sorry I don't. Okay, Josh says this is relating to the question that was asked earlier: is a tattooer different than a tattoo artist? And Josh is saying, I think yes, a little. I believe a tattooer is someone who tattoos but doesn't design their own. A tattoo artist is someone who does more freehand and draws on more freehand draw on skin tattooing. Not much of a difference. So the question is, is a tattooer the same as a tattoo artist? I honestly believe everybody, I've said this a million times, that I really do think anybody can learn to tattoo. It's just a skill like anything. If you can learn to drive, if you're competent enough to drive, you're absolutely competent enough to learn to tattoo. Let's just say that there's a difference between you tattooing and making marks on someone's skin, because anybody could do that. But doing it well, then that just takes time and a skill that any one of you, if you can drive, if you can type on a keyboard, if you could drive a car, if you could use a cell phone, then you can absolutely learn to tattoo. Excuse me. Does that make you a tattoo artist? I guess some people would probably say that it's just a semantics game, but I do believe there's a difference between someone who tattoos and someone who is an artist. And if you put two together, then obviously you get the tattoo artist. But being an artist is different than learning to tattoo, because tattooing is a skill. Art is the thing you make, right? There's the expression. And there's a lot of people out there that are not artists, right? They're just, and you can see it a lot of times because they're not making things that are their own. There's not that desire to create inside them. And if you don't have that, then tattooing is going to be real difficult. So I do think there's a difference between the two. The age-old question was, do you have to be an artist to be a tattooer? Everybody asks that, and maybe that's more what the question is leading towards. And again, my answer is no. I don't think you have to be an artist to be a tattooer. I think it helps. I think it's good. It makes sense. But no, I don't think so. I don't think you have to. But again, in the end, it could be just a semantics game, for all I know. So thanks, Josh, for that input. Natalie says, having too much to leave your kids causes turmoil in family. I've seen that before, for sure. I hope that in my family that won't be true, regardless of what's left over, because I really am blessed to have such rad family members that doesn't become the case. But yeah, there we go. In regards to one of the questions asked earlier, Brody Jade said it well. She says, all they need is love and memories, the lessons taught. And I agree. What's up, Kimmy? Thanks for being on here. Thanks for sending the flag. Gosh, Kimmy likes the flannel too. That's awesome.
You are fake news.
I appreciate it. That's super cool. You're welcome. I wore it just for you guys. So it was all planned. It was my outfit for tonight so that you guys could enjoy it. So you're welcome. Okay. Miss Barkus is on here. What's up, Barkus?
No, God!
Barkus is here.
No, God!
Everybody
please,
run.
No!
What's up, Barkus?
No!
You know I love you. Okay. Josh's lumberjack look is fire. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Okay, let's get to the next question. We're going to get through all these actually probably pretty quickly. Again, it's going to be kind of a quick night tonight. We're already, 30 minutes in, and I've answered like 3. So the next question, how was your week so far? Coming from Facebook. How was your week so far? How was my week so far? It's Wednesday, isn't it? Yes. My week has been great. I've been working on a ton of stuff. I'm learning tons of new things, and business. Oh, that wasn't on purpose. Business. I think, like, if I hit my table too hard, this little. There he is. You don't want that. This little clapping thing keeps coming on. It sounded bad. Okay. So yeah, this week's been great, and lots of stress, lots of opportunity, lots of reward, and that's what it's like to run a business. Somebody just asked me that just the other day. That she's like, I want thinking about quitting my day job, want to open my own business. Any thoughts? So that basically was the post. It was like a question, like, any thoughts? And I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, I have some thoughts about that. Running a business is, imagine being a parent, and when you, right before you had your kid, you knew everything it was going to take to raise that kid, and you felt it all at once. Meaning, like, you knew it was going to be hard, but then all of a sudden you just felt all that it would take. Like, obviously, this would only work for someone who's already raised kids or raising kids, but take all that effort looks like, bottle it up, and drink it daily, because that's what it feels like. It feels like an absolute roller coaster. So it was just interesting that somebody asked me that about business in regards to whether or not they should quit their day job. And I just thought, like, probably not. You should probably not do that. But, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do, and fucking go for it. But my week's been amazing so far, because it's always up and down. It's always wild. It's always stressful, and it's always rewarding. And right now, I just feel very blessed to be here because, well, there's been, I will say that it's very unfortunate, but, people in our lives come and go, and for many reasons. Sometimes it's for unfortunate reasons. And, whenever you lose somebody you know, or somebody you love, or somebody you care about, or somebody close to you, or just in your circle in general, it's a real deep reminder that we all start at zero, and we all go back to zero, and to stay not just humble enough to enjoy this life, but humble enough to get the rewards out of the simple things, right? It's not about all the big stuff, although those things will come, especially if you work for them. Hopefully, success will be mine. Success is mine. I get to live my life on my terms, but really it just comes down to the simple shit. It's really cool to be here. It's cool to be alive right now. It's cool to be a human and have a family and have you guys. And that's pretty much it. So that's how my week's going. The next question is also a statement. Apparently, we're more statements tonight than questions. And it says, "Great picture of you." So I'm guessing it's in regards to the thumbnail for this tonight's video. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Thank you guys for being so nice to me in my red flannel tonight. And Natalie's saying, "I think you have to be an artist to be a great tattooer." Yeah, so I think you're probably right, Natalie. I'd like to say that you're right, but I do have opinions about that, of course. Of course I do. By the way, if you guys didn't see my gift already, guys and girls, this was from my boy Mark, the veteran, the old man, good friend of mine. He stops in time to time and brings me cool gifts, and I have to give him a shout out. So thanks, Mark. You're awesome. Mark is such a nice guy. You guys have probably never met him, but just know he's rad. I appreciate him. Every shop kind of has its own little family, it's really cool. Its own little community. Right when I first opened my shop, I just knew right away. It was just obvious. A couple of people just became part of the team, even as clients, and some of these people as clients or just as participants, because I never actually tattooed some of these people. Some of them I have, some I haven't. So it's been quite interesting. So I'm always thankful for all those people. But to Natalie's point, she said, "I think you have to be an artist to be a great tattooer." You're probably right. But it's all relative, right? I mean, someone who just likes tattooing and they're not very artistic, but they pick a design or pick something or pick a lane and they just kill it, they just crush it. They could do amazing things. Everybody's got different opinions about stuff. I mean, theoretically, somebody could just be taking black and covering people's forearms or arms or bodies in just solid black. And, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what they want to do, right? That's what gets them going. That's what their client wants. That's what their shtick is. So to be a great tattooer, I don't know. I don't know if I have too many opinions about that tonight. Um, I think everybody's got their own lane, and I appreciate them for that because it makes the industry so much more intriguing, right? Whether you're a tattoo artist working out of your house because you just think it's fucking rad, you're supporting your family, you're supporting yourself, you're building your own community, you're sitting in your backyard in a shed, for years, making good money, loving what you do, or you're opening a business and you're chewing on glass and staring into the abyss while doing it. Elon Musk said that's what it's like to run a business. Then either way, man, it's cool. It's all good, and I think that if you're a tattoo artist, say you're 17 years old and you bought an Amazon kit and your parents are like supporting you, and you're working on fake skin in your garage, that's awesome. If you're some ex-con and you just got out and you learned to tattoo, and all of a sudden you open a business, start employing people, that's cool. If you're just some dude who grew up with a bunch of bikers in your family and inherited your grandpa's, tattoo kit and tattooed your friends and all of a sudden just got a little bit of an itch. That's just cool, man. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Okay. Well, that's enough about that for right now. Dame Bear is bringing up a good point. She says, Christy, did you ever buy that shirt? Christy, what's up? You're getting called out.
That's why I managed to stay single this whole time, you know?
Natalie says, running a business is so hard, but has perks, but it's hard work. Yeah, of course it has perks, right? Otherwise, there'd be no point doing it. But definitely a lot of risk, a lot of stress, like endless stress, like ridiculous amounts of it. But I think that's what makes you stronger, right? That diamonds aren't created unless it's under pressure and temperature. So I'm calling myself a diamond, but maybe my business. Oh, Damer says he should sign a shirt and have an auction. Dear Lord. Brody, thanks for sending me. And thank you, Damer. I appreciate that. Shannon says, I have a small business. I do vendor events and it's lots of work. I'm traveling, setup, breakdown, plus trying to run this and work 40 hours a week. Sometimes it just someday it will just be my small business. So business in general is interesting. It really is. It's an interesting thing. And going from an employee to a business owner is quite a mental shift. It's like reorienting all of your philosophy so that you can actually be, good at what you do and grow and support yourself and make a ton of money, or at least enough money to be able to, keep the endeavor going. And then, for me, the idea is to just wake up every day and be able to do it the way I want to do it on my terms. Like somebody had mentioned that to me today. Man, I don't remember who we were talking to. I think, it was Alyssa. She's been on here before. You guys have seen her. I got to tattoo her today, and we were talking about, the rewards of being an entrepreneur and being a business owner. And I think really the rewards are grand, but most of it doesn't feel like a reward. So then you ask, like, why do it? I think the reason to do it is because, and she had mentioned this even to me, because she's quite a bit younger than me and newer to business than I am myself. But she's very successful. She's been on here before. If you guys have seen her, she's a wonderful girl. She's really smart. She's very successful at what she does, and it's awesome. Me and her get along very well. She's actually the only woman I know that I really get along with in regards to talking about business, money, and life and success and stuff. So it's really cool to have those conversations with her. And she had told me today, she's like, what's really rad about what you're doing, Josh, is that you get up in the morning and do life the way you want to, right? You're going to the gym, you're getting things done you want to do, you spend time with your kids, you got your life, you got, whether it's traveling or things I want to do, she sees that, she watches. And I get to tattoo and run a business and hire people, fire them if I don't want them, if I like them, if I, do or don't. It's all my decision. And at the end of the day, nobody's asking me to do it. Nobody's telling me to do it. Nobody's making me doing it. Nobody's giving me rules, but yet I'm still picking all these hard paths to walk down and succeeding at doing so. And when she said that, I was like, wow, that's really cool. Thank you for noticing it, because she knows the path all too well and is walking it as we speak, right? It's really cool to talk to her in that way because she understands it. But I don't know if I recommend it to everybody, to be honest. Well, I would say I do recommend it to everybody. I just don't think that most people are going to want to stomach it. Okay, let's scroll down here and catch up with all you guys. Thanks for being on here. If you guys are just jumping on here and watching this, A thumbs up costs you nothing. Go into the comments and send that. Let's give the video a thumb up. Let's do that. It's a thumb up, I guess, more than a thumbs up, right? Because it's one, but I guess plural if you do more. So do that. Send us a heart. Send us a thumb up. Whatever. Send us a flag. Whatever you got. Let's do this. Okay. Christy says, I didn't get it, but yeah, if Josh washed it, blah, blah, blah. Christy, well, you're slacking, so what's up? Natalie says, I miss you all at the shop. Natalie, we miss you. We always appreciate you too. I'm glad you haven't been stopping by lately because everybody, starting with Peach for the last month, has been doing the rounds with getting sick besides myself. So, yeah, a little bit of distance never hurts nobody. Amanda's on here. Amanda, what is up? Thanks for being on here. It's good to see you. Let's give Amanda a nice little round of applause just because I want to. But what's up, Amanda? Thanks for being on here. Okay. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. And Amanda, hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully life is awesome for you. Natalie says, I meant great like you taking a concept and creating something so much more amazing that takes an artist's brain. Okay, so to your point, you're right. Just kind of touching on a response from earlier. Yes, Natalie, you are right. Not going to answer that. Okay, if you weren't tattooing, what would you be doing? Audra is asking. If I wasn't tattooing, what would I be doing? Well, I'm not tattooing right now at this very moment. And what I'd be doing is talking to you, Audra, so that I can build an online community of people that support me, love me, but also give me feedback so that I can have an opportunity to grow and to learn how to communicate better and how to share ideas and build a community that's robust in nature, sexy by design, and effective in function. I just made that up. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I pretty much am doing right now what I would want to be doing if I wasn't tattooing, is building online communities. Being a digital sort of nomad is kind of a new term, but is really cool. The idea of maybe being able to travel one day and doing this, not always being like, sucked down to like a location only, and not being location dependent. So doing what I'm doing here with you guys is much more impactful. It's not just some cool, show where I'm just sitting here bullshitting all day. It's connecting with you guys in a deeper way on a consistent basis. Right? This is my Wednesday crew. You guys are my Wednesday crew, and it leads into more things. Not maybe directly with only you guys, but for example, I got a phone call the other day with a young lady, 17 years old, who had asked her father if she could learn to tattoo. He said yes, so he encouraged her to make phone calls. She reached out to me, heard that I had a class, and is signing up for it. So she went to our website, which is thetattoovault.com, and signed up for the classes, which we have now 3 coming up in the future. Building that type of stuff, building websites, building digital products, having services for people that need them, like coaching programs and programs that help people go from not knowing what the fuck to do to being really successful, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, working 5-6 hours a day, even whether or not you're a single mom or just a young man out there trying to find a way into this world and being successful. I can teach that to people, and being able to do that digitally is like one of the most amazing things ever. So what would I be doing if I wasn't tattooing? I'd be teaching it and doing what I'm doing right now, which is talking to you guys. What's up, Ian? Thanks for being on here. Hope the islands are doing well and that the weather is wonderful. Brody's saying, what did you tattoo on her? So she's talking about earlier, I believe, me working with Alyssa. So I just finished what is his name? The Scissorhands guy. That's it, right? Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands. There it is. So I just finished a portrait on her hip. It's a huge mural. She's so addicted. It's awesome. But we're finishing her whole leg. Okay, let's see here. Brody's asking, how's your night so far, Mr. J? My night is good. I have no room to complain whatsoever. Again, very thankful to be here. So thanks for asking. And I hope your night as well, that your night is great as well. Dambria is asking, do I have any more Eagle zip-up sweaters? I need another one. I wish I could tell you yes. The Eagle zip-up sweaters are the older sweaters. I don't think so. I think the only sweaters we have now are the brand new ones with the artistic freedom or the distressed High Sierra tattoo logo. I don't think we have any more Eagle ones. I apologize, but we will in the future. Just not anytime too soon, right? We did our round of sweaters for the year, so I don't know when that will happen. Shannon, this is funny. She says, "I sell rocks. Not sure if it's a Fortune 500, but it will help me have a rad retirement." You sell rocks. That's interesting. Can you elaborate? Just I don't even know what you could like. That's it. You don't need to elaborate, but I would assume there's more to it than that. You sell rocks. Very interesting. Okay. Audra is saying LOL career wise. Not sure if that was a response to something older. Okay, here we go. Here's a question coming from Angela. Thanks, Angela, for being on here. She is saying, traveling in other countries, do you visit tattoo shops? If so, what were some things that stood out? Traveling other countries that I visit tattoo shops is that, to be honest with you, especially when I travel, the last thing I think about is tattooing. Truly, it's just a fact. I'm not much of a fanboy when it comes to tattoos. I'm not much of a fan. It's so weird to say. Tattooing is my career, and I don't. I'm not obsessed with tattooing. That might make well, it usually comes as a shock to people. So it's a little segue for me to be able to explain a little bit. I like getting tattooed. I have lots of tattoos. I tattoo, that's my career for now. And when I'm done, I'm done. Like when the day's over, I like it to be over. I don't eat, breathe, and sleep tattooing. Maybe I should. If I wanted to be some of the world's best tattooers, then I'd be in that ranks if I maybe cared a little more, but it's just not that important to me. As weird as that might sound. I like it. I appreciate it. It's fun. I'd be doing it even if I wasn't getting paid. I apologize. But when I go out of state, out of town, out of the country, I am not looking at tattoo shops typically. It's just not something that intrigues me. I'm aware of other people's shops. I have lots of friends and people that I'm acquainted with that have their own studios and shops and businesses. So I'm aware of what they do, and some of it's very impressive. But no, when I travel to other countries, the last thing I'm doing is thinking about tattoo shops. They're not appealing to me whatsoever. So the thing that stood out is that when I traveled abroad, especially overseas in Europe, I didn't see any tattoo shops ever, unless I was in the city centers. Other than that, they're just like nowhere there. It's very interesting. It's just like markets. It's all you see. You never see a Taco Bell or a Burger King's or fast food joints on the corners or a CVS store. It's like not like that at all. So it's very interesting. It's all markets. Got to make your food. Ian says it was actually a hurricane 2 days ago. Shut down this tiny little island. Interesting. Hopefully everything's good. But yeah, I guess that's what happens when you live somewhere tropical, Ian. It's the price you have to pay. Okay, I'm reading some of these comments, catching up to you guys before we get back into the questions. Okay, cool. Dan Bear, thanks for all the typos. Those are awesome. All right, guys, again, thanks for being on here tonight. We're going to get to the rest of these questions. And if you guys have any in the comment section, now is the time to do so. And I appreciate you. Questions are awesome. Let's converse. Get spicy. What's something you recommend to practice What's something your recommend? Sorry. If I read it verbatim, it's wrong. So I have to try to correct it, and that stumps me. What's something you recommend to practice line work? That's not how she typed it, but that's the actual question. What's something you recommend to practice line work? This is a question I get a lot for tattooers, people that are new or people that suck at tattooing and know they need help, which is fine. That's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. We all sucked at one point. Something I recommend is drawing with pen and paper, tracing things, making tattoo stencils, because your eye-hand coordination, your motor functions have to get really, really solid to do that. So just trace, and make stencils and use pen or pencil on paper. Do not use iPads. Do not use paints. Don't use watercolors. I think truly, if you want to get good at line work, that's not, on real skin, because you don't want to practice on people. I mean, you don't have to. It's 2024 now. It's weird to say that. So it's 2024 now. You don't have to practice on real people. You can practice on synthetic skin and other things. So drawing, just draw away your little heart's desire, morning, noon, and night. Just use pencils and pens and do lots and lots and lots of stenciling and tracing. Making actual tattoo stencils, because you have to press really hard on the paper to get it to transfer to the stencil paper to be able to stick that on the skin like a stamp. That takes a lot of hand pressure, and that's what you need to build. So whenever people have shaky hands, some people have really solid hands. It's really strange. Mostly guys. Girls don't typically. They have weaker hands most of the time, so they need a lot more of this practice. But for men, they usually have that strength kind of nailed down a little easier, but not always. So just draw your heart away, and you will get better at being able to do lines. And nothing beats the real thing. So get good enough so that you can do it on real skin, and you'll do just fine. Okay. I love the tattoo questions, by the way, guys. Even if you're not into tattooing, that's something I love to do. I actually have something coming up real soon. I think it is, and I don't want to get the dates wrong. I'm going to pull up my website. I don't even know if I've ever shown you guys this. I'm going to pull this real quick up just so you can see it. And I also, hopefully, so that I don't get it wrong. Let's see. I don't want to space it. The tattoovault.com. That's weird. The first thing that came up says the Tattoo Zoo. That's weird. I've never heard of that. Okay, so Tattoo Vault. I'll show this to you guys here in a second. Hopefully I can do this. And that did not work at all. Maybe I can't do it. That was really weird. Yeah, that's a big, huge typo. Let's try this. Eventually, you'll be able to look this up as, like, if somebody's wanting to learn how to tattoo, I hope this is going to be in the Google search, the thing that actually pops up, especially if you're local. If you're saying how to learn tattooing in Clovis or Fresno or California or Central Valley, whatever, I'm hoping that this is what actually pops up. So I'm going to show you guys this once it loads. Okay, so here is the website. Let's shrink this down a little so you guys can see the full thing. There we go. Let me double check this. Okay, that looks good. So this is the Tattoo Vault. Let me go ahead and scroll down so you can see even the menus. So when people want to learn tattooing, when they want to learn to tattoo, this is where they will go. This is what I built, and with a little bit of help. This is what I built for those who want to learn. So if somebody wants to get good at lines, if they want to learn tattooing, this is one of those digital things that I told you is if I wasn't tattooing, what I'd be doing. It is this right here. So you go here and you go to the classes here on the homepage, and you fill out this form and you scroll down, and what you will see is that there's in-person opportunities as well as online. Once this is all filled out, here at the bottom, there's different dates where they will be available. Some of these are, again, in person and online. And January 19th, February 23rd, and April 20th, we have some events coming up. So when you sign up for this, you get more information and you communicate with me or my team, and we get you rocking and rolling. So if you guys know anybody who wants to learn tattooing, if you know anybody who is interested in it, even if they're just not sure, to be honest with you, if you know anybody who's into business and success, wants to grow, wants to get better at life, I'm being honest. There's so much you can learn in regards to business or tattooing in general in these classes. It's more of an orientation. It's a couple hours long, but no matter what, you're going to learn something in this website when you sign up to our classes and join us either virtually, which some of you have already, or you join us in person. That's what this is all about. And eventually we're going to have more. As you scroll down, you can see here, you can always send this link to the homepage to anybody who you think might be interested or who asks, like, hey, like my kid's interested in tattooing, or my kid's an artist, or my kid does this or that. And, I'm not sure if that's something that would work for them. That's really what this class is for. It's for, in my mind, that 19-year-old, 16-year-old kid whose parents super supportive and doesn't really know if this is something for them. This class will help them. Or if you're 25 years old and you want to start a new career or start a career in general, this website is really built for those people and someone like me to be able to communicate with them and help them out along their way. Okay. So I just wanted to show you guys the website because it's also pretty cool. Like, it came out really well. And here's the dates for the classes that are coming up. So that's all to be found on the tattoovault.com. All right. So more to come eventually in there, but I just want to show that to you guys now because I don't think I ever have. So I just thought that'd be fun. And maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Don't know. We'll find out. To be continued. Diana, thanks for being on here. Good to see you. Christy just said, I just purchased a wood burning kit. Right on. I don't know what that means, but really cool. Angela says, it would be fascinating if you interviewed tattoo artists from around the world. I totally agree. Here's something you could do, Angela. Here's something all of you can do is you can message people. If there's anybody you're interested in hearing from, whether it's a tattoo artist, business owner, or somebody around the world, or somebody local, somebody around the country, it doesn't really matter. Somebody in town, somebody anywhere on this little rock of ours, message them and let them know that there's a show called Artistic Freedom, and it would be really cool to see them on it. And then let me know who you message so I can reach out to them. I give them a little shout out, and we'll get them on the live stream, and it would be really cool. I have had people from, around the state, but letting people from around the country join our little club here would be really cool too. So I totally agree, Angela. Thank you for mentioning that. Okay, let's scroll down here. Debra says, you got a class on my birthday at 420. Sweet. Very cool. I actually just heard a story. I don't know if it's true. It's just coming from a local, but he told me the story behind 420. Out of curiosity, I wonder if anybody else, I'm not a pothead. I don't smoke. I don't do any of those things. For those that do, maybe they're into this thing, but I heard the story, the true story about what 420 meant. I don't know if anybody else knows it. If you can if you want to brief me on it. Again, I just heard it from let's say a Humboldt local, and he was an older dude. It was really cool to hear. So kind of an interesting story, whether you are into smoking or not. Brody Jade, I appreciate it. She said the site looks great. Okay. Diana says, my oldest son wants to become a tattoo artist. That's great. So there you go. You jumped on at the right time. Jump right on over. This is the old tattoovault.com. This is our commercial right now. This is the Tattoo Vault. This is where you go. You sign up right here in the classes area, right? Get all this information filled out, and you can pick a date. You can pick every date, whatever you want to do, and get started. There's not much on it yet, right? There's still a lot more to come. We're just building this, but the classes are available, and they're all in person. Essentially, orientations where they're going to learn pretty fucking much a little bit about everything they're going to need to do and know to get started. It's the best foot in the door you could possibly have that's available out there. There's nothing else like this class meeting. They're just not going to get this kind of information for free with someone who has over 20 years experience and has done it himself. So this class is the answer to people getting started. Okay. Yes, Josh, there you go. Said it correct. There you go. Done. No, whose birthday? Diana says, I will. My son gets released from prison on January 22nd. His artwork is amazing. There you go. So get him signed up. It's time where the high school kids would meet by the bleachers and smoke. That's funny. That's almost true, actually. From the story that I heard, it's actually really close. It does have to do with a time. And Josh is also vouching for that because he's been to the classes and helped me out with them, Diana, that he says he will learn a lot. He will definitely learn a lot, especially if this is new for him. Diana saying, can someone that has just been released from prison sign up? My son is trying to change his life. He's 28 years old. Yeah, anybody can sign up. There's, we're not a corporation that's scanning people as employees for their work history or their life history or criminal history. This is not uncommon for people in that position to start in the tattoo industry because, it's a very rogue underground, still very primitive-ish to some extent experience in this industry doing tattoos. So yeah, it's not uncommon. A lot of people, some of my best friends and some of the best artists I know, actually one of the best artists that I know, that's where they started. And around that age, a little later, and they started in prison, and they have beautiful, wonderful careers now, making a huge impact in the industry. So there's no limitations, no matter what the background is. I don't care if you're some suburb kid that's raised spoon-fed, or you're someone who's been in prison for 20 years. Really, it doesn't matter. Anybody who puts the time in can learn. So there's a lot to do. Okay. Dambria says something I'm not going to post, but you are right about that, but that's not where it came from. YouTube. Okay. And Dambria, I don't know what that means. Josh, it would be a lot cooler if you were on the YouTube platform. Not sure exactly what that means. Like if he had his own channel or something. I guess I can get off the Tattoo Vault website. You guys have had enough of that. But if you go to visit it, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Always just copy the URL. When you go to it, copy it and send it to somebody. I mean, you could just type it out as well. The tattoovault.com is pretty simple. But share it with someone you think might get something out of it. These first classes, these ones at least that I just talked about, are free. There's no charge. You just come to them, show up. You're going to learn more than you can possibly handle. Your brain's going to break a little. You're going to take notes. You're going to be mind blown. And you might be a little discouraged, but hopefully you're going to be more inspired than that. Diana says, are you local here from Fresno? Yes, we are in Clovis, so local. Josh says, I'll jump over. Oh, I see what's happening. Danbury, you are the man. So now I get it. She said, Josh, see, it would be a lot cooler if you were here on the YouTube platform. I was like thinking, she's like, you should get a YouTube channel. I'm like, dude, that makes sense. You should. And now Josh is saying, I'm here. So thanks, Josh, for joining us. All right. So if you guys are watching on Facebook, you should definitely not be watching on Facebook. You should be jumping over to YouTube 100%. I don't actually always get all the comments coming from Facebook either. So if you're doing that, then jump over now and send thumbs up, send hearts, send the flags, send whatever you can. Support the show. Do your thing. You could even be a little spicy like some of these young lads here and lassies sending some super chats. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to tell you to do it, but it's pretty rad when it happens. So for all of you who have done so tonight, there in the comment section, I fucking appreciate you because that's pretty rad. Okay. Brody says the online class was super awesome. So that's the other cool thing is we're going to be doing online at least, a few times out of the year too. And then that way there's really no excuse for someone not to go because they could be watching while they're driving. They could be watching while they're cooking dinner. There's just no excuse for someone not to start. I'm basically building something, Diana, in case you're wondering, that steals anybody's opportunity to complain about somebody not helping them because it's just something I wish I had when I was growing up. I wish the stuff that I'm making for people to be able to learn, especially this first free class, this thing is basically made so that it could satisfy the need I know I had when I first started. A lot of questions, nobody wanted help, bunch of shit answers, bunch of people who laughed at you. And not saying those things are right or wrong. I'm just saying they weren't helpful at the time, and I wish there was something that satisfied me a little more, and that's basically what I've built. So that's what it's all about. Natalie, thanks for sending those. You know what to do. Okay, here we go. Looks like everybody's communicating in the comment section betwixt y'all. Super cool. I like to see that. Diana says, what's your YouTube channel under? It is just my full name. So it's Joshua Ray Farmer. If you look that up, I believe it should come up. I'm almost positive. Matter of fact, I can just jump onto it right here and show you or double check at least. I should know my own YouTube, but you know how digital platforms are. So this is it right here, Diana, so that you know. Let's try to get it to focus there. So if you just look that up, Joshua Ray Farmer, it's going to pop up right away. So check it out and go to the YouTube. The YouTube's more video friendly, so that's why we encourage people to go there. And then also the comments get seen, guaranteed. Okay. And you are welcome. So the other thing is, Diana, if you can't make any of those dates in regards to your son, just signing up on that list anyway, just sign up, just have him fill out that information. That way he gets on our email list of all the dates and all the future events for him to be, for us to communicate with him so he can get something under his belt in regards to whether it's digital or in-person class. It'll work for him. Natalie is asking, Farmer, do you have any tattoos coming up you're excited about? You know, the only way for me to answer that, because somebody else makes my schedule now. The only way to answer that is I look at my schedule. Let me look at the old trusty dusty schedule for you, since you're asking. Oh, look, Miss Barkus is coming in on Friday. So yes, it is finishing Barkus's sleeve because she is hounding me, just absolutely harassing me. Somebody ought to call somebody. She is coming in on Friday and finishing, or at least completing, hopefully, her forearm. So that thing was just remarkable. So, Barkus, if you're still on here, I'll see you soon. Josh says he needs to get a red hat. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Okay. I should add to this, since Danbury's even saying I'm definitely checking some classes out. You should come to the class if you're interested, especially in tattooing. If you're interested in business at all, if you're interested in making money, furthering your career, if you're an employee, right, and you want to learn how to make money in some other way, if you're not interested in tattooing at all, but you're interested in learning about business, learning about marketing, learning about sales, learning about branding, networking, if you're learning about how, you want to learn about, let's just say success in general in the business place, it doesn't matter what it is. That's what we cover most of the time, honestly. You'd be surprised to find out that even in the class I mentioned, tattooing is a small sliver of what my business actually looks like. The rest of it is a plethora of everything else that's actually a business, right? The service of tattooing is, I think of it as like a box or a bucket. If you were to take a box, this is me making a box in your digital world. There we go. So if you have a box and you think, oh, I tattoo and that's what I sell, that's what I'm doing, then you're doing it wrong. Most people, what it looks like is, here's my box. I fill it up with mostly 90% tattooing. And then up here's my social media, my networking, my marketing, my business, my accounting, all this other stuff. And I hope that it all works, because why wouldn't I just tattoo? That's what makes the money. But really what a true business looks like is a box full of, let's say, everything else. And at the very bottom, maybe 10, 20, 30% of it, especially if you're running it on your own, it's probably a little more. But if you have help, there should be a small sliver at the bottom that's your actual service, your actual product. I know that's new information for people. A lot of people would probably find that to be a little bit shocking. They usually do. But that's oftentimes one of the things I help them to realize. So what I'm saying is, if you learn what a business is and fill up the box with business-related shit, what you'll find is you could pretty much replace the bottom half, which is your service or product, whether it's tattooing or selling cups, or you do Etsy stuff, or you paint rocks. Doesn't matter. If you just replace that with tattooing, and everything else applies to every other business, they're almost all, relatively speaking, about the same. How you handle customers is the same, whether it's scripting or writing or selling or branding, networking, whatever it is. It's all the same for the most part. There's tips and tools and tricks that people can teach you that have never done it. And then there's people like me who've done it and can teach you what actually fucking works, not just selling you all the glitz and glam that just feels good. So that's really what the class is for. So if anybody's interested in that, maybe that helps somebody else to get a little more insight to how rad these classes actually are. But you have to bring a notepad, because if you don't bring a notepad, I'm kicking you out. Okay. Brody says you need to do a Batwoman with a Batman. So you need to do a Batman with a Catwoman. You are not wrong. So if anybody's interested and you got some pale ass skin, bring it my way. Okay. Yes, Barkus, it's you. That's who I was talking about. I'm glad you're paying attention, lurking in the background. Yes, so I'll see you Friday. I can't wait to finish your work. Get you out of my hair. Jeez. I've been trying to get ready for so long, and it just... Okay. Christy says a lumberjack shirt with the logo would be sick. You keep talking about this shirt, but you still haven't even purchased the first one. So it's going to get washed soon, and you're going to miss your opportunity. Let's see here. Damber says, I want to learn how to hustle better for sure. Well, then you should come to one of the classes. 100% come to the classes. Eventually, these classes, guys, I'm telling you right now, if you come to the class, what you're going to see is you're going to witness something that's in its infancy stage, and it's going to be really cool to watch it grow, just like this channel. The classes are in the infancy stage in regards to what's available. Once they start to grow and really blossom, I think it'd be really cool for you to be part of it now, so that you can see how it moves on, because that's really part of the class. It's like Inception. I'm teaching you a ton of shit in the class, more than you really need, but enough that you can get something new out of it. And once you start to see me also implementing the same things I'm teaching and how it impacts, like, for example, right? You're a tattoo artist, you want to learn, or you want to be a tattoo artist, you don't know anything yet and you want to learn. You start at zero. Well, me, I've been tattooing for 20 years. So if you're watching me right now tattoo and you think you're going to do it how I'm doing it, that's not going to work for you if you're brand new, because you can't do it how I'm doing it. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm booked out. I already have a presence. People know who I am. I'm already established to a higher level than somebody's brand new. So you can't do what I do. So me teaching these apprentices, which I have quite a few now, And a lot of people I teach in general, even if they're artists, they still have a lot to learn from me, and I love sharing and teaching. Josh on here knows that. So the thing is, now that I'm starting this digital experience with building a YouTube channel, building online products, getting the website together, running classes, I'm not making any money at that. Well, until last episode and this episode. But for the last, since 2016, all these cameras, all the lights, all the things, all the behind the scenes stuff, all the work, I mean, the endless amount of work, I've made zero money. This has all cost me time and money. But the reason why it's so important is because these young tattooers are in the same place I am, but in my digital sort of nomad um, endeavor. So they're seeing me putting out, they're learning to tattoo and seeing the similarities between them starting at zero, whether you're a tattooer or anything, and then me starting at zero, again, doing this digital stuff. They get to see that and how much work I have to put into it so that they know they have to put a lot of work into it. Look, if I have to put a lot of work into making this shit happen, and you're a brand new tattoo artist, you're going to have to put a lot of work into making that happen. You're not exempt of that. And some people think it's just going to be easy. Get into a good shop, get under a good artist, ride the wave. Not going to happen. It's not real. You gotta do it yourself. So that's, again, a big part of what we teach, and I like to be that example. So joining the class now in its infancy stage will help you to grow with us, and then you get to see it in real life blossom, so that the stuff we're teaching in it is legit. Qualified. It's the right way to put it. Chrissy says, please wash it. I'll be in. There we go. It's probably being washed right now as we speak, actually. Hardly wear flannels. Looked pretty good. Hell yeah. Okay, so it's confirmed. I hope I didn't miss anything. Sorry if I'm scrolling through a little too fast. I try to keep up with all y'all folks, you freaks, you weirdos. Okay, let's get to the last few questions that are going to be here coming from, I believe, Instagram. Let's see. We've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes, so we're a little over. I thank you guys for sticking with me. Let's get to these. By the way, let's look at those thumbs up. Yeah, the thumbs up still don't match how many people are watching. Guess we're just going to have to wait. I'm just going to pause here awkwardly until we get those thumbs up. Some extra maybe you could send multiple. Send some thumbs ups. It's just so weird to say it like that. Some thumbs ups. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until I see those numbers at least as high as how many people are watching. If you don't know how to do it, if you don't know where to go to send the thumb up, figure it out. Google it. Don't jump off the stream just yet, but figure it out. Let's just wait. See what happens. Let's find out if you guys can figure out how to send the thumbs up. Let's see. Let's see here. I'll wait patiently. Let's see what happens. I don't see them. Maybe it takes a while. You guys are probably sending them, but it has a delay. So I'll give you a little bit of grace there and just assume that you're sending them. Okay, Christy, thank you. Brody Jade knows a little bit about that. I love how you teach them accountability too. Yeah, accountability is paramount. Accountability is really paramount because if it's not your fault, well, if it's not your fault, it's not in your control and you can't fix it, so you're screwed. Now, let's say something isn't actually your fault. You should actually just assume it is. And here's why, because it empowers you. If it's your fault and your responsibility, you're empowered. If it's not your fault, say it's literally not your fault. It actually isn't in real life. But you assume that it is. Guess what you've now done? You put the ball in your own fucking court. So get to work and have fun. Oh, that's probably what it is. Hold them accountable for the thumbs up too. There you go. Perfect. Damn, Ian's doing it. He's sending a super sticker. What is up with that? He's sending, check it out, Ian. See what it says about what you sent. If you can read that, I'll keep it up there for a second. It just says a long ass description describing the emoji you sent. But I appreciate that, Ian. Thank you. That is so far a record. So let's bring it up one more time. Give him a little more love.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Danbury says, the real MVP. There we go. Josh says you can only send one. I tried to send two and it took one away. So you're probably right. That's why they didn't go up. But if I got 20 people watching, I should have 20 thumbs up at least. So I'm going to hold them to it. But we're there. We did it. So congratulations. You guys made it. and you figured it out. Hoorah for you. Okay. Christy Del Toro is giving us some, it looks like fireworks. Those are cool. Ian, truly, thank you for that. I appreciate it. That's awesome. That's a record. Okay, let's get to the questions. Let's see here. Simple question. Will you do my next tattoo? And my friends? Question mark. Well, Clarissa, coming from Facebook, I believe. No, this is Instagram. Yeah, of course I will. But the thing is, you have to go to our website and set it up. So, Clarissa, if you're watching this from Oregon, yeah, of course I'll do it. You know what's really cool? I have an Aussie, some young lady coming from Australia, who's requesting me specifically to get tattooed. You know, we offered her somebody else because of her availability through our website, and she's going to be visiting soon. And said she'd love to get tattooed by our shop. And so we sent a couple of the artists that are going to be available. And she said, no, I definitely want Farmer. And so we set it up, even though it's kind of a smaller tattoo. It's typically not what I always do. But the fact that she's coming literally from all the way around the world to our shop, I was like, you know what? I can make that exception. So time to time, I see I can be a kind person. I can be a nice guy. But how cool is it that we'll be tattooing somebody who's traveling all the way here just to get tattooed by our shop? So me specifically. Pretty fucking rad. There we go. I assumed. Okay. Super cool. Yes, Clarissa, I'll do your tattoos. You just have to go to the website. Question coming in. What are some things that make you a proud father? What are some things that make me a proud father? Fuck. It's so cool. I'm going to go right back to it because I'm in a bit of a, not a funk, but I'm in a groove today, or a very specific groove. You know, life is very short, even if it's long. And being a parent so far has been the most rewarding thing I've ever experienced. And I don't think anything could ever possibly trump that. One of the hardest things I've ever done is not parenting, is running a business. And so running a business and doing things my way, as well as having children and being a father, has been the ultimate ride. It has just been the ultimate trip. Such a trip, like a real fucking trip, almost like an induced trip. It is wild, and I am so grateful for it. So, what are some of the things that make me feel proud as a father? I'm always proud of my kids. Like, not that they can't do any wrong, right? I hold them accountable, but they're already enough. I don't care what they do, where they go, what they want. I don't care if their desires to make 40 grand a year, 10 grand a year doing what they love. I don't care if they make $0 a year. I really actually don't. Although they should make money because they can, and why not? And someone's going to have to pay for you. But it isn't what matters to me. What really matters to me is that they're here and that they're alive and that I have them and I get to experience this life with them. So what makes me proud as a father is exactly just having them, just them existing makes me, and I've been proud of them since the moment they were born. They don't have to do anything for that. And that's quite a gift for me, for sure. So that's my answer. What are some of the things that make me proud as a father? My kids. My kids are what make me proud as a father. Okay, next question. Handsome. That's an actual question, too. Like, literally. You guys might not believe it, but really, that's an actual question. That's not a question, it's a statement. But thank you for sending that. Another question is, what's the best thing that's happened to you this year? Well, it's 2024. It's the beginning of 2024. And the best thing that's happened to me this year is, I don't know, getting a bunch of cancellations at the beginning of the year like usual. So I get a couple of days extra time off, like tomorrow, for example. It's really nice to have a little bit of a breather every once in a while. Not too much, too fucking cocky over here, too comfortable. But yeah, taking some time off. That's been pretty cool. I'm assuming you mean this year, 2024, hopefully. Okay, let's see here. I don't want to miss any of these. I'm blocking them. And thank you, Brody. I appreciate that. Okay, what's something you rarely see but think we should see more of it? That's a good question. Very vague, but I like it. What's something you rarely see but think we should see more of it? Oh man, I'm gonna have to think about that. That's an important question. You put me right on the spot with that one. What is something you rarely see but think we should see more of it? Um, dude, that's hard because I want to answer that like legit. Ian says, I have so many tattoos lined up that I want. I should just transfer back to California. You might not be wrong, but maybe you're having a good time in Hawaii right now and enjoy that. But, doing your thing. Come to California. We'll tattoo you, Ian. Why not? Natalie says, Joshua, hearing you speak of your children is so heartwarming. Cool. That's awesome because I agree. And it is very much for me too. Josh says, Josh, you kids are rad. Probably mean your kids because, yes, they are. But you kids, us, we're pretty fucking rad. And Damir said boobs. I don't know why, but I fucking like it.
That's why I managed to stay single this whole time, you know?
Okay. So I want to answer this really good. What's something that you rarely see but think we should see more of it? I just wish I could rattle off a lot of shit. Something that we rarely see but we should see more of it. Mentorships. 100% mentorships. Something we rarely see but that we should see more of. I think we should see more mentorships. I think we should see more older folks who are competent and who are qualified and skilled, giving that back to the younger generations and teaching them one-on-one, in person, in real life. We need to see more competent people leading. We don't see enough of that. That is not the way the world's working anymore. They're keeping us dumb and stupid and deaf and entertained. Just your funny, silly shit in life is just entertaining us so much that it's keeping us so fucking blind from the badass heroes that are really at the end of their life now, because they're all old men at this point, and old women. So they're making sure they're really making sure that we don't inherit their grit. And they're doing a damn good job at making sure that we don't inherit their grit, their robustness, their industriousness. And I think we should see more of that. I think that it should be prioritized in our lives that if you have children, that you get them around these types of people. If you can't get them around these types of people, then expose them to some degree, whether it's through books or seminars or speeches, in-person speeches, whatever it is. You should trade schools, working with people, a business owner, somebody in your family, somebody who's has real life experience. They've been overseas. They've seen battle. They've seen hard things. They've been through the depression. They've been through economic collapses and downfalls. We one day will be these folks to some degree. Although I think our generation is just so soft in comparison that it's unfortunately we're getting very watered down, and the grit and the robustness and the industriousness is just disappearing. None of us would be able to survive without our fucking internet. We wouldn't know what to eat, where to go, where to get water, how to communicate, where to drive, directions, road names. Like we would just fall apart. We would so fall apart. It's sad. We don't know how to store food. We don't know how to store water. We don't know how to treat it. We're out of shape. We can't walk up hills. We can't do anything without the internet. So we just need our electronics, and we're just so vulnerable. So on a tangent, something I think we should see more of that I don't see enough of is mentorships, and exposing ourselves, especially our kids, to these people that are they're fading away quickly. We're losing the baby boomer generation, and we're losing the generation before that, and our grandparents are disappearing, and their stories are dying with them if we don't keep them alive. And there's a really honorable lifestyle that comes out of those generations that is fading away fast. And the only way to keep it is to share it and to pass it down. And I would like to see a lot more of that. That's it. Josh says, I want to see more effort and work ethic and respect for the ability to have a job. Yeah, that's just not something that is, jobs, work, businesses, anything, whether you run a business or you're an employee. They're robbing us of our ability to do those things, man, to the point to where it's just hard. Like people think $25 an hour for people like who the fuck is voting for $25 an hour to work in the food industry? Whoever's voting for that, what you don't understand is you're being hijacked because they get you to vote for it, they pass it, and now they replace you and don't even need you anymore. You've basically just economically banned yourself from the job place. And so it doesn't even make it worth going to anymore, right? We've now built a country where it's cheaper to not work so you can get free shit than it is to work and then be mandated to pay for the same shit that you could get for free if you didn't. That's a failing system. That's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Yeah, I've asked so many business owners in the past, if you were to do everything by the book, so tight, whether it's getting everything so buttoned down the way that they require you to do so, would your business succeed? And I won't tell you what the answer is. You guys can guess. But let's just say allegedly, these people admit all the time that, that it's an issue. It's not good. It's not pretty. So things have to change. And if they don't change, they will change, and it won't be in our favor. So that's just the way things are, unfortunately, right now. Brody saying people aren't very good at teaching and learning anymore. Yeah, no, like I said, we're being trained like little puppies. Like here's a really hard subject over here that's important that you got. This isn't my community. This is why you guys are here, because you guys can do these things. I've had endless conversations with most of you on here, Ian, Josh, Brody, people that are watching this episode that have been on here, Dambria, like a lot of you guys, folks, even Natalie, a lot of you guys that are on here, girls, clients, friends, family. I've had lots of conversations with you guys at length, and some people can hold those thoughts. It's kind of like complexity, simplicity in terms of brain power. If you're wondering what's on my hands, it's tattoo stencil. So most people can't handle this complexity anymore. And it's not even that complex. This is basic stuff, guys. We're not talking about anything rocket science tonight, right? I'm not philosophy Josh isn't exactly kicking in just yet. And that unfortunately, you talk to people today and they want this quick fix, this easy stuff, this just swipe stuff. And and if it's too difficult for them, you could just see them glaze over and check out. And it's really, really scary. It's really scary. I see it happening more and more as time goes on. That as I grow older, I see these young kids who I used to sit in my chair. These 18 to 22-year-old kids. When they were used to be, back in the day when these kids would sit in my chair, it was conversation. It was talking. It was conversing. It was getting into subjects. It was getting deep into things, or it was just getting interesting. Now it's them on their phones, and the conversations are just lame. And it's not just young kids, although those kids are really sucked in. It's also people my age, right? The conversations are just disappearing, right? As a tattoo artist sitting with somebody in my chair, I've just noticed they went from these humans that would converse to now these humans who just are on their phones. And if they do converse, all they're doing is showing you their phone. That's it. They're just like, oh, look at this thing. And I'm like, dude, where's the human in you? Like, I don't care about your fucking phone right now. We're here. I don't need your phone between us. It's not necessary. Nothing can come between us. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, you said people don't want to learn and lessons aren't being taught and are being forgotten. Brady Jade mentioned that. You're right. And it's our job to make sure that we do those things for our family and our community. And it's unfortunate that it's disappearing, but it just is the way it is. So not much we can do about it other than our own part. And I think that's what's important. Okay, so let's get to the next question. I should scan that, but no, let's go. Well, the last question is, any trips planned this year? No. This year, there are no trips planned. I have no real plans other than work right now. This is winter, and it's time to collect firewood. And I don't mean it just because it's literal winter. I think 2024 is going to be I'm very skeptical about this year. So I'm just going to be very careful. And I don't think that going and traveling is as important right now as, building my business, staying healthy, taking care of my family, and building my community. It's the most important thing right now. That's my vacation. That's my travel. So no, I'm not going anywhere this year planned as of now. Will I go somewhere? Probably yes, but it's not my priority. It's not on the list as of now. Okay, here's a question that says, art and tattooing is becoming less, or are we just seeing the minimal tattoos because it's the in thing? So another way to say that is art kind of disappearing in tattooing, and is the minimalistic stuff, if you guys have seen some of those things, becoming more popular? That's the question. It's a good question. And the only way to answer it is there's always fads. Minimalistic tattooing is a fad. I mean, tattooing is not a fad because it's ancient. It's one of the oldest art forms known to man. But yeah, right now there's a lot of people that are super into the minimal stuff. Like I saw somebody shared me a post the other day, maybe like a meme or something, and it was a guy holding up a sign saying, "Hair salons are not tattoo shops," and we're going to see a lot of that in the coming years. And I think it's here to stay. But it's a lot of these young people that, yes, I do have opinions about it, but a lot of these young girls are getting into tattooing and doing these little scratch tattoos, these little quick little. They're building a career off this basic girl looking Pinterest style bundle of flowers with a little, band around it, or just something really minimal. And it's all good. You do you, and I'm not mad at it. But on the contrary, it's going to be very difficult for them to maintain their business over the years. So they will lose quite a bit once that time is over, and that's happening as we speak. It's going to get old, and a lot of these people are going to want cover ups. They're going to want touch ups. They're going to want it fixed. They're going to want it changed. They're not going to be happy with their work. Not everybody wants to walk around looking literally like a lick 'em stick 'em tattoo pad, and that's really what's happening. And it will have its day. So no, I don't think I don't think art and tattooing is becoming less. I just think right now it's really popular to get the minimal shit because these kids are broke. They don't have any money and they don't want to suffer through the pain. And more than ever, people ask for numbing cream nowadays, and I don't use it. So people are just doing all this small, little, cheap, dorky shit, in my opinion. I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. I'm just not that into it. And do I have small tattoos, quick stuff? Yeah, here and there, but there's this sort of specific minimalistic stuff that's getting really popular, and it will have its it'll have its day, and then these people are going to be really shocked when everything they put their eggs all in that basket, and it's going to disappear. So they're going to have to adapt, and that's going to be very hard for them because they're not necessarily artistic. They might be a little bit creative, and they're ambitious, but artistic might not be their forte. So they're doing these little tiny bundles of flowers, these little stems and it's basically children's drawings, right? Like coloring book drawings. It's going to have its day for sure. And Brody Jade, you're welcome. Amber's on here. Thanks, Amber, for joining us. She says, I also feel good old-fashioned mannerisms are dwindling away. You are right. You are 100% right. For many reasons. One is guys are getting zero reward anymore for treating women like ladies. Because we're told that they can do it by themselves. So what's the point? And trust me when I say that the signal is loud and clear, not for all women. I'm not speaking for everybody. But when you're a man and you're doing chivalrous type things for women, I can tell you for the most part, and again, this is kind of exempt to my community because all you guys and gals out there right now watching and listening are awesome. And I mean that. But for the most part and the general public, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not so cute. It's not so pretty. It doesn't look good on these ladies, the way that they treat people, whether it's you holding the door open, being nice, saying ma'am. It's all negative now, right? Like doing something as a kind gesture. People get up in arms about it. It's like, oh, I can do it. I don't need you to do it. And it's like, geez, just, okay, I'm just going to check out then. Like, no problem. I've always taught my son to hold the door open for people. It's a basic thing because it translates into everything else. Right? Because there's lots of doors and there's lots of people. So there's lots of opportunities for people to show a little tiny act of kindness. And I've literally seen him go out of his way to go open the door for a little old lady walking into a store or just a woman who's, coming in and out of a store. And they don't acknowledge him. They say, and this was when he was little, adorable little fucking guy. And he would get zero acknowledgement. He came and sat in the car one time kind of sad. And he's like, Dad, it's like they don't even care. And I told him, that's not why you do it, son. You don't do it because people care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it for them. You'd be doing it for you. You do it because it's the right thing to do, even if they don't like it, even if they don't care, even if they don't thank you. And so that was the lesson. But at the same time, it's still really sad that I had to teach them this because, yeah, people, the mannerisms, the good old fashioned. I'm sure, Amber, that's not the only thing you're talking about and saying, I also feel that good old fashioned mannerisms are dwindling away. But I'm just showing an example of why some of those may be happening, that people just don't give a shit anymore. They don't care. Women aren't smiling. And men aren't being chivalrous. Women aren't pleasant, and men aren't engaging. I think that's probably a good way to leave that. Okay, 1 hour. Yeah, so that's a good point, Lenore, because we are going to be wrapping it up. We already got to the last questions. That was it. So I'm now scrolling through. So thank you for sending the flags. That it's awesome, but I love it.
No, God!
So let's see here. Needing touch-ups. Those people. Yes. Yes, Brody Jade is responding to the minimalistic tattoos that are very popular today. Speaking of minimalistic tattoos, if you guys want to get a small tattoo, or if there's something under an hour that you guys are interested in getting and you don't always have the opportunity to get it by me because I just don't do those types of things, I will be working in February on February 2nd. We're going to be handing out a glass of wine to our clients. We're going to be tattooing them something small, hour or less, and giving you guys a little bit of a deal and a nice evening to hang out with us. Most of the artists in the shop are going to be available. It's going to be fun. And you guys should join us. So that'll be in next month on the 2nd. So that'll be coming up soon. We'll give more information later, but there you go. Just telling you, didn't hear about it earlier. Plus, for you guys and gals jumping on that didn't see this, I'm going to go ahead and share this because this makes me fucking happy that I had some of these made for our wine night coming up. That'll be next month on the 2nd, and these glasses will be available. I think let's see which ones. That's the website. You don't want that. There's another glass. It disappeared on me. Anyway, we got these. We got some metal tumblers, and they're all going to be there that night. So if you want to pick one up or you want to be part of the night, you know what to do. That's it. There you go. Done. Barkus, thank you. Appreciate that. You know I'm going to see you soon. Okay, guys and girls, I did say that I was going to be off early because I do have things to do, and I appreciate you. I got to all the questions, and I appreciate you guys jumping in with me to look forward in the future to some of the events. We got the wine night, we got a paint night coming up. More information will be coming soon, and the tumblers will be available. Like I just showed you, I'm just pumped about those because how rad is it to see my own logo on a nice little wine glass? I need to use those. I need to take a sip of wine out of one of those. It's only appropriate. Brody's saying, can you buy them? Yes, they are available. I think we're going to do. I forgot what the deal was going to be. I forgot the price. I'll look them up. I'll see how much we paid for them and what we're going to sell them for. But they are available. They're actually in the shop right now. So if you guys come in and get them, Barkus, if you come into the shop and get one, they're there. They will be limited. There's not a whole lot of them. I think we have 20 total, but they'll go definitely quick. So also something to expect in the future is this show taking a bit of a turn. There's actually a few things just toying around in my head. I'm not making any promises. But I actually want to change up my set a little. Lo and behold, there's at least one person watching right now going, knew this day would come. I love projects, and some of you guys know that. I would like to change my setup a little bit. So the actual podcast room, I think I could show it to you, right? This little setup here with the chairs and the lights and the background, whatever, is probably going to get a little bit of a revamp. So is the one behind me. So I got some projects coming soon. So this place will look a little different. Also, some of the classes that I have coming up, I'm going to be engaging a lot more with those. So those will be available as some new news. And there is one more thing I don't want to forget in regards to some of the stuff that's coming up. Let's see, where was I going with it in regards to that? I can't remember other than, topics. So I mentioned it earlier. So we're going to have topics. I would like to start doing these streams with more specific topics. I think that would be actually a lot of fun. And maybe that'll be some of the input you guys give me is what some of those topics should be, whether it's like a segment within these Q&As or an actual topic for the whole night. I look forward to doing that. So just wanted to mention that to you guys. I wanted to do it tonight, just didn't get to it. So shoot me. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see here. For sale. No, the shirt I have on right now, Danbury, is not for sale, but technically, with the right price, everything's for sale. Kimmy, yeah, she did get to see them. She got to see the wine glasses in the shop, El Chapo. Yes, you are absolutely right. So, guys, gals, ladies, gentlemen, folks, people, freaks, all of you, everybody watching, everybody joining, tonight is Artistic Freedom episode 85 with your boy Joshua Ray Farmer. Let's see if we can find some outro music. Let me find something cool here. See what we got. Let me find something. Let me go back to this. I guess I can go out with this. Okay. Episode tonight. Over. Artistic Freedom. Farmer. Out. Love you guys. See you next time. Wednesday. You know what to do. Join me. You know you love me. You want to join me. You want to ask questions. You want to get freaky in the comment section and spicy. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. And I will see you next time.